Hey everybody, Dieter Kurtenbach here in Oakland. I want to talk to you about the Warriors' 125-108 loss to the Portland Trail Blazers on Friday. The Warriors' first loss since the All-Star break, and in the second game of a back-to-back without Stephen Curry, without Andre Iguodala, without David West. Can't be that big of a surprise. Warriors going up against one of the hottest teams in basketball, perhaps the hottest team in basketball now. The Blazers on an 8-game winning streak. The Warriors' 7-game winning streak comes to an end. The Houston Rockets' 17-game winning streak came to an end in Toronto on Friday night. The New Orleans Pelicans saw a winning streak come to an end on Friday night. So perhaps the Blazers are the hottest team in basketball. They certainly look the part on Friday night. The Warriors just not able to keep up. Very similar circumstances to Thursday night's game against the San Antonio Spurs. The Warriors had to be next to perfect in the final 4 minutes. They were able to do that with Kevin Durant and Draymond Green leading the way against the Spurs at Oracle Arena, simply not able to keep up with the Trail Blazers on Friday, and that's the first big point. The second big point, you got to give it up to Kevin Durant. He's now scored 90 points in his last 2 showings at the Rose Garden, if we're still calling it. I think it's a Moda Center now. Nonetheless, Kevin Durant certainly enjoys playing in Portland. Didn't hit some shots down the stretch, but Durant was put into a bit more service than I think Steve Kerr and the Warriors wanted to put him into. Had to come in early in the fourth quarter when the game was teetering on the edge. He was able to get the Warriors back into it tight, but ultimately Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum just pulling away at the end. Those guys are too good. You cannot leave them as much rope as the Warriors did. Draymond Green was pretty good on defense, just like he was on Thursday night late in the fourth quarter, but he couldn't hold it up all by himself. And Klay Thompson chipped in 25, but it just wasn't as effective as he needed to be. Simply put, the Warriors' big three on Friday, they didn't have their full legs behind them. That's to be expected. Second game of a back-to-back, and no one else came to help out. Understanding the injuries, still, someone else needed to step up. And other than JaVale McGee, who had 10 points and was pretty good, save for a bad stretch in the fourth quarter, that person never made themselves apparent. Third big point, the defense itself didn't step up. And when Stephen Curry missed 11 games earlier this season, the Warriors were able to go 9-2. And a big part of that was the Warriors' team defense stepping up in a big way. Kevin Durant obviously carried a lot of the offensive load, so did Klay Thompson. Draymond Green was hitting his shots at the time, and that certainly helped. But the biggest thing was the Warriors were getting stops. And simply put, they were not able to do it on Friday night. The circumstances were difficult, no doubt, and having to stop CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard, that's a difficult task. Obviously, we saw that on Friday night, but yeah, not so great with the defense until late, and even then, not good enough to get the Warriors over the hump. The Warriors will be without Stephen Curry for Sunday's game against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota. That is a very weird start time. It's something like 2:30 after daylight savings time changes over. Weird body clock game, so expect some shenanigans early in that contest. We'll see if Kevin Durant can keep up this incredible offensive streak. We'll see if Draymond Green has a little bit more for everybody on the defensive side with a little bit of rest on his legs. And we'll see if Klay Thompson can kind of knock himself out of a funk that he's been going in and out of over the last few games. And we'll see if anyone else wants to show up for Sunday's game. Certainly the Warriors let down by their bench players, let down by the role players that needed to step up with the absence of so many top 10 guys. Again, Warriors lose 125-108 to the Trail Blazers on Friday night. We'll talk to you after Sunday's game in Minnesota.